Yeah, man.
Aye, we're back again.
Back in the
Tuesday, episode 44. 0.
You're done now already.
Have any of you lot watched that film Malcolm and Marie?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I watched part of it.
I haven't seen part, but it filled me in.
I don't think there's ever been a film
Yeah.
that has split teams here, fam, like amongst males and females, fam. Like, do you know what? Because it hit home because everyone that's watched it can relate at some point where, like, so, do you know what? It was very smart, yeah, because it was set in a house.
Yeah.
And obviously, man and woman, I don't know, were they husband, wife, or boyfriend, girlfriend, something like that? And they were just arguing. And everyone's been in a situation where the girl's doing too much, the guy's doing too much. You're arguing, and it's just over strippiness, fam. You know what I mean? You make love, then you go argue again, and it's just like...
Can't let it go.
Yeah, fam, but you know what? Watching it, and I watched it with my girl as well, and it's one of those ones where... Oh no, it's almost like we were beefing afterwards.
It's triggering, isn't it?
Yeah, it's triggering,
fam.
because it's like, I was speaking to myself like, nah, but why do you girls do this?
Yeah,
so
man.
like,
And then she'll be like, no, but he's wrong.
Yeah.
Trust me.
But you should know. No, but do you know? So I was just thinking about
that.
that.
Are we mind readers?
I don't know, man. Because girls
wanna
are
get
trick.
started.
No, tell me. Tell him, Dad. Tell him.
I don't want to get
Tell
started,
him.
fam.
No, tell him, because I haven't watched it. I haven't watched it. I need to
You know what
watch
it is?
No, I need
You know what it
to
is?
watch it.
I've
You
watched
ever been
I've watched
arguing?
half of it.
You ever been arguing, yeah? And you know, you ever been arguing like waved?
Yeah.
Nah, I haven't argued with.
Alright, so you're arguing waved, and it's like you're not gonna get to the end. You're not gonna resolve this now, innit? So let's just go sleep. If you really feel pressed in the morning, cool. We'll talk about it in the morning. But nah, she wants to talk about it right now. She wants to get
Because you've had one or two more cans.
Yeah,
you're
like-
a bit more. You got a bit.
yeah,
more
they got a bit
more
no,
chest.
hair on the nipple. Like.
Bit more vim, fam. Bit,
It's almost like this argument's the vehicle, and you want to drive it, fam. You want to drunk drive, like you think you're gonna get to your destination. Nah, man. You're in. What are you doing, fam? I'll tell you, fam. Them type of things just make you I'll just go to sleep, fam. And you could, I don't know, man. You could talk to my Zeds, fam. Talk to my Zeds. Yeah, man.
Nah, trust me, nah, man.
It's a good film, though, man.
Marie,
Yeah.
What did you think of it, Sin?
I thought the way that it was shot was very, very smart. Like the whole black and white theme. Some of the monologue was sick. The way they spoke to each other, I just thought the whole production was just class. But like Sean said, it does bring up some issues.
Triggers.
Yeah, man, it's very, very, and I think obviously that's been done purposely. Do you know what I mean? To make you sit back and think, yeah, but hold on a second, you do the same shit, bruv. Like,
yeah.
do you know what I mean? I think they've done that. They mastered that.
Who was in the rat?
I think there's ways that this could.
Ain't trying to get cancelled or nothing.
I can't remember that because I just listening to what you were saying as well. I do remember things that Malcolm did, and I was like, nah, you're wrong for that.
Yeah. There was like both of them are wrong in certain parts.
Do you know what it was? Yeah?
But the overall,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's the way that they would be quiet for a sec, yeah, and like someone will go into another room and then come back like,
And they'll start,
fam,
yeah.
like, what are you
Or
tapped? Like, what's
maybe
going
this wouldn't have happened if Marie just said what was on her mind.
on? Anyways,
Yeah. Do you know what? I think that's I think that, guys.
You know what? I watched it.
I think that's the end of episodes. I think that's the end of this episode.
anyways,
She was pissed about something, fam, and he came. He said, "What's wrong?" She said, "No, just wanted to wash the dishes."
It all starts there.
Yeah, fam.
It's just a
And it's long.
downward spiral.
I think it's funny how.
Because as a man, we will move on, fam. As a man, like if you say what's wrong, yeah,
And they don't
she
tell
says
you.
no, do you carry on as if there's no issue, or
Even though you can feel that there's
Yeah,
an elephant
like,
in the
no,
room.
no. You see me, yeah? No, I don't. Tell me what's wrong.
No, but then when if they're like, no, nothing. You could tell. But the thing is, I'll give you ample time. I'll give you opportunity.
I'm a pest, fam.
No, bro. The fact that
I
I've
need to know.
asked you, I'll ask you once, cool.
Yeah.
I'll ask you twice. I'll ask you a third time, and if it's still telling me
Decoration.
nothing,
Yeah,
you know what?
yeah.
Enjoy your evening.
Yeah.
Or
Do you
your
know what?
day.
I hate
But then I
Like,
hate if I ask, yeah, and I've asked once, more than once now, and you're still making the environment stink.
Yeah,
Like, the vibe's
yeah.
still stinky.
I can't even chill
like,
now.
I've asked you, I can't chill now. I can feel that. I can feel
Yeah,
the
yeah.
tension.
I'm going for a walk.
And that's annoyed me now. It's irritating.
yeah.
I'm
I'm with you,
sitting
I'm with you.
right
Because,
there.
like,
Like, the
my
room's
foot
now
up.
feeling like we could have talked about this, and now the room doesn't have to feel like this.
Do you know it's
Yeah, the room
because
ain't
I'm
gonna feel
married?
like
It's a
that,
little
so I'm
bit
not gonna be in
different.
that room.
Because I'm married. It's just a little bit different.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Chill on your own shit.
So
It helps
I'm a
though,
bit of
you
a
know?
pest.
Taking
I'm
a
a bit of a pest because I'm married. It's just a little bit. There's slight different technicalities. Do you get what I'm saying? So like if there's an issue, sometimes it might be. Like there always minor issues, but sometimes it can stink up the yard, doesn't it?
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
sometimes it might be, it's a bit stale in here. But sometimes I'm just a quiet person, so I might be quiet for a bit. But if it's really like strong, the stench is strong, I'm just like, what's the problem? Like, I'll start getting like, what's the problem? Like, tell me what's the problem. Then my missus will be like, oh, blah blah blah, like blah blah blah, and I'll be like, no, there's a problem here. Let's talk about it. And then we'll start talking, and then emotions might get a bit high, and then it will calm down, and then we'll kiss and make up. And that's it.
And you notice when you are that way, that bit more direct, yeah.
You have to
They
be, man.
yeah, of course, but then they
You gotta say it. Say it.
they get emotional. sometimes.
No, it's true.
You know,
No,
like
true,
they say,
true,
like
It's true.
because I think like maybe they weren't prepared for you to be so direct.
Yeah,
They thought you were gonna do the whole.
They thought they still had time,
it's,
innit?
it's not gonna be like, no, it's all right.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
nothing
yeah,
wrong.
yeah.
They thought they were gonna have that for another like 10, 20 minutes.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think
give
the issue.
themselves up.
Do you know? I don't even think the issue is male and female. You know,
Nah.
I think the issue is one person is always a communicator, and another person is not as good as communicating their feelings as the other person. Sometimes it's the guy that don't know how to communicate his feelings. Sometimes it is the guy that knows how.
And then
to.
I think
And vice
also as well,
versa.
I think you've also got one who, if someone communicates and feels that their communication has been rebuffed, how they react to that.
Yeah,
Because
that's another
he
thing.
communicated, is that what's wrong? She rebuffed that and he was like, fuck it then. You know what I mean? Like,
Literally.
some people, as you said, be a pest or not a pest, but
Or just
try and get to the root cause.
Because
you know,
someone just drop it and just be like,
Because
whatever, man, I tried.
Because sometimes you see those relationships where, two people are like communicators, and they. I'm not saying that every relationship has their own little things, behind closed doors or whatever, but. You can sometimes see people's, and that's how we gauge relationships, isn't it? People that are in good relationships, people that are in bad ones, and some people are in good ones, but even better than good. But that's how you can sometimes see if someone's of two people are communicators and they're able to actually discuss things. It's just it brings a world of peace.
Yeah.
brings peace, man, and communicating is not
That's
just
what men want,
talking.
peace.
It's listening and doing.
And comprehension.
Comprehension.
But anyway,
Accountability.
fam.
Let's stop
Listen.
this.
Jeez, we
But
say
anyway,
relationship
let's
advice.
move. Let's move on anyway. So
My wife's
episode.
gonna
I
listen to
can't
this.
lie.
Episode
I got one more
45.
thing. I got one more thing to say.
Go ahead.
Someone was accountable a couple of weeks back for something very minor. Very minor. It didn't bother me.
Yeah.
But they came out and they said, you know what? I was wrong for that. And I wasn't looking for them to be wrong, but you know how good I felt? You know how good I felt that you could say that?
Yeah. It's
Sorry, I
different.
had
It's
to-
different.
Hear me out as a safe space still.
Yeah.
Hear me out as a
If
safe
you guys
space.
ain't noticed already, hear me out. Is we just chat about something that's pressing on our mind. It's not even part of the topic list.
Yeah.
You don't even know what I'm going to talk about, fam. But anyway,
Yeah.
so I saw a video between a guy and his girlfriend, where he found out that she doesn't have an inner monologue. Now, an inner monologue is, when you read a book, you read in your head. Sometimes you make a decision, you talk to yourself, just chat to yourself in your
Ain't
head.
that your conscience?
It could be your conscience, cool,
she's
but
scary,
you're like.
You're scary.
She's scary. She ain't got no conscience.
But
Sociopath.
he found out that she was like, "What you talking about?" And then when he was like, the voice in your head that like,
Or like if you're doing an exam,
Yeah.
you're reading a question, you
Yeah.
kind of read it in your head, and you can hear your own voice saying it in
Yeah.
your head.
and she said like, "No, what you talking about? Anything that comes in her head, she has to say out loud."
That's worrying.
And that, do you know what? I thought to myself,
I know people like
maybe
that.
there's more people out there like that, and it makes so much sense. Have you ever seen? I don't even need to I keep getting on
That's
girls,
like
man,
Tourette's.
but some girls back in school, they just chat, just say stupidness for
I
no
feel like
reason.
sometimes they're doing it for attention though.
Yeah, maybe. But
yeah.
then some of them,
Like she'll be like, "Oh, my breast Ash is hurting.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Shut
But maybe she ain't got no money in the monologue. That she felt she had to get that out. fam.
I feel like back then they wanted attention because
Yeah,
they wanted
yeah.
people to look at
Look
their
at their
breasts.
breast, fam.
Yeah.
Might have woke up and
That's
just
just
thought,
that's
it's
just
extra
being
salty.
that was just being young them times, isn't it? Maybe
Or she-
maybe she did have it in a monologue, but she just she just
Or sometimes you see girls in class, yeah, and they need to go toilet because obviously, you know, the periods and stuff. And the teacher will be like a jerk and be like, oh, no, not yet. And she'll be like, sir, I'm on my period.
Yeah.
Do you want me to bleed all over the floor? Like,
Yeah,
they'll just
yeah,
be
yeah,
screaming.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're just looking at her like, bro, like, come on, man. There's nothing stopping you from
Like
just
you went to the
walking
same
out.
school,
And
fam.
just,
Yeah, just get up.
nah, but it's down the road, though. It's down the road, still.
basically same school fam.
You know what I mean?
Nah, man. So hold on, just to clarify,
Yeah.
everyone's got in the monologue here.
Yeah, but I've
Yeah,
got a question.
yeah.
Alright, cool.
Yeah.
You guys you got
Hey, Jay,
Jay, you got in a monologue.
you got a
So what, permanently?
It makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense.
It's something I was practicing still because basically when you're reading,
Yeah.
the problem is because we read as fast as we think, and like you know when you talk,
Yeah.
that's how fast we read.
Yeah.
If you don't have to talk, if you don't hear the voice in your head, you can read literally the words, and you read like 5-6 times faster.
you know what, I did hear that, you know.
It's mad concept. but
I
it's how
heard
got
you
the
read.
books.
I heard you read faster when you listen to it being read out to you and you read at the same time.
I don't know.
Like you know when you got, all, you know when you
That
got.
just sounds
That's
like a
like-
long
No,
time.
no, no. Think about it. You know,
Audiobook.
yeah, you know when you
Yeah,
got.
yeah, yeah,
If
yeah,
you got audiobook and you're
Because you're not thinking.
reading it at the same time, you read it faster. Remember when you're in school doing anthology. If
So
the
you're reading
teacher,
it twice?
if the teacher was reading it out and you're following the teacher, you're reading it faster.
Fair.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I think
okay.
the audiobooks are another way as well.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
not thinking about it because it's just going in.
No,
Yeah,
but when
yeah.
you know what the example you just said, aren't you just listening to the teacher then?
No, I can't explain it. It's like you're no, do you know what it is?
No,
It's like you're
mad,
listening and
isn't
you're
it?
like, okay,
Yeah, no,
for
I know
I
example-
get what
Yeah.
you mean because I've done it as well. Like you know when you're like you're just reading or you're watching or whatever, and the teacher's reading as well. But it's like I don't mind skipping a word because the teacher's.
Is it because I'm shutting off part of my mind because I'm trusting in someone reading to me?
You're limiting yourself anyway because you're still doing it at the pace of the teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But even
you're
if-
not even thinking, you're just looking at words. And
But it's the same as the audiobook now. Someone's reading it and you're reading alongside it.
yeah, but
No, but I'm
no,
saying,
mm, yeah.
I'm saying you're reading a book without the voice in your head.
It's mad,
Just
isn't it?
words.
Hold on, you said you can read a book without the words
Yeah, I'm
in your
still
head.
saying, still.
What?
So you just read the word.
I had to train myself. but-
So hold on, how does that work? How do you process?
It comes back every so often, but you have to just turn it off.
Yeah, but how do you process what you just read?
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
You're processing it. It's mad.
Bro, you have to walk me through that
Crazy
one
still.
still.
I'm gonna give that one a try.
Hey, Jay's unlocked the fifth element.
Yes.
Told you lot last year, man.
But I just read, I hear that, and it's like I just said it in my head. How do you read that without saying it in your head, fam? That's a wild one.
That's wild.
You know what? I
Nah.
when I'm reading, yeah, I take in the words because the reason I take in the words because sometimes I come across words a lot that I don't actually know the meaning of,
Yeah.
and then I learn it, and then it makes more sense.
Yeah,
what I've
yeah,
read,
yeah.
rather
Yeah.
than just reading it.
Yeah.
In that circumstance,
Yeah.
you would then highlight it, or you would
Yeah,
then
yeah.
highlight
Yeah,
it.
you would
Yeah,
highlight.
yeah, fair.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
like
hey,
if-
this is where the
different-
brain is beautiful. You know,
Yeah,
everyone works
everyone's
differently,
different,
fam.
you know.
Because I feel like if I read something and I'm not like it's not in my head, I'm not taking in the words.
Yeah.
So I'm just reading word for word, and it's like I'm not really understanding what.
And
this
then you go
sentence was.
back and you're like, oh, no,
Yeah.
I didn't take it in.
That's probably
Yeah.
because your brain functions differently.
Yeah, obviously, but
learn
I'm just saying,
It's like
yeah.
the kids in school that would like bang out 4 books a week. Or
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Them
How the fuck
kids.
are they're not listening. Like they don't hear nothing.
You're not taking it
They're
in.
just
Yeah.
pure words, and they're just going through it. If you ask them at the time, probably just didn't think about it. But if you ask them, that's what was happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just feel as if you're not really engaging in the book. Then you're not really taking in what the book's giving you.
You know, them people that used to be on certain
It
color
depends because-
stickers.
Yeah.
because they were
Do you know
ahead in
what,
the
yeah?
books.
That's a
Like, I want to be on a purple sticker.
Because you got narrators. Like when you have people like Morgan Freeman that narrates a film. Do you get what I'm saying? Like sometimes when I'm reading a book, it's like the voice in my head is like a narrator.
Yeah,
Like it's and
but
that's how,
is it your voice? Is it like when you're
Someone's
narrating?
it's someone's
That's the
voice.
other thing. That's the other-
someone's
do you hear your own voice?
Yeah, it's me.
I
It's
don't
me.
think-
It's
I
me
don't know if I
talking.
hear
Is it
my
you
own
or is it
voice.
someone
It's me
else?
talking.
No, but that's
still.
just me thinking.
If it's somebody else's
Yeah,
voice,
but
then
what does the voice
go get
sound like?
checked, fam.
Does it sound like you?
Do you know what? That's a weird question.
No, 'cause if I try
don't
and
know
talk-
what
if I
my
try and
inner
talk-
voice sounds like.
If I try and talk in Morgan
doesn't
Freeman,
think it
if I try and talk in
You
Morgan
can you
Freeman,
hear it?
I hear myself trying to interpret Morgan Freeman, fam.
I can slightly.
I'm talking
hear-
like him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I get what you mean. It's a mad
wild,
concept, though. That's
wild.
interesting.
But I just think it's wild that some people don't even have the ability or
To, like,
to turn it off.
yeah.
They just don't have one.
You just don't have it.
They just
Yeah.
don't.
Or
They're the
maybe they
same
turned it
ones
off for
that
so
will
long,
walk in front of you on
fuse is gone.
the tube station and just be like, be so blasé about it from just.
Those are people
airheads,
that
like.
generally they're not like empathetic.
Okay.
That's what I feel like.
You think so?
Okay.
Yeah.
What like?
Because
what
if you've got no inner voice,
Yeah.
if someone's talking to you, you're just hearing words. You're not relating to their feelings. Do you get? You're not. There's no like. It's not a
that's a good
motive.
point.
There's no like. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you're not.
It's like you're cold.
It's almost like you're not in real. You are in real time taking
But
it
you're
in,
not.
but you're not.
You're not present.
Yeah, it's like talking to a
Like-
computer.
Yeah.
Do you know? But
That's a
do you
good-
know,
that's
but
a
what
good
you're
point.
explaining to me, that kind of sounds like autism. Sorry, autistic.
What are you saying, on the
That sounds like autism. No. I'm saying like when you speak to autistic person,
Yeah.
and it's like they're listening to your words, but they're not
But they're
taking,
not
it,
taking
in.
it in, yeah.
And then you
Yeah,
could
do
be
you know
pouring
what?
out your
You're right.
heart.
And
You're
then 20
right.
minutes later, but sometimes
Yeah.
20 minutes later they'll relay it all
Yeah,
back to you.
yeah, exactly.
They were listening.
They've processed it,
They really
but not the
then
emotions.
The emotion.
the emotion, yeah,
The
yeah.
emotion not there, and then that can be an
interesting.
issue for some people because it feels like even though they can relay what you've said, it feels like they weren't listening because they weren't taking in exactly what you were saying. If that makes sense. For example, like if you were saying, "Rah, like I really feel a certain way about this particular scenario," yeah, and I was listening, and all I was doing was just talking at you based on what you said, and I wasn't even saying, you know what, I understand where you're coming from, or I get why you could feel like that. You'd feel like, right, this person's not listening to me. Do you get what I'm saying? They're just talking at me. Like you find out a lot with a lot of kids in schools who maybe are deemed as troublesome or they've got ADHD or something. They could be trying to explain something. Like I saw something on TV a while ago, yeah, and there's this little kid in school and the headmaster, his parents got called in and he was there in the office of his parents and the headmaster. And the
I think I know
headmaster,
which one you're talking
have you
about.
seen
I
it?
think so,
And
but
the
carry
headmaster was like, why are you behaving like this? And he was like, well, this person antagonized me and I'm not going to do something that I don't, like the kid was quite intelligent. Do you get what I'm saying? But I don't think that the headmaster was listening to the child. But then at the same time, I was looking at a lot of comments on the video saying the child was actually bad. Do you get what I'm saying? But then it takes somebody who's got patience and time for that child to sort of get in there while he's young and maybe change the course of his mindset.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not everything's ideal, unfortunately.
It's true.
It's just the world we're living
Everyone's
in.
brains work
Yeah,
different,
no,
man.
it's
Yeah,
peak,
man.
fam. So guys, I was on social media the other day and I saw this story about Drake.
Drizzy.
Drizzy.
Basically, like this woman wants to sue Drake, yeah, or is trying to sue Drake because
Pathetic.
her and Drake had finished, making love or whatever, having sex and that. And Drake went to the bathroom and threw the condom away, but he had put hot sauce in the condom. And apparently he had left the room.
Yeah.
And she went into the bathroom, went into the bin, took the condom and emptied the contents of the condom
Like
inside
toothpaste.
Scatty.
Like toothpaste, man.
inside of herself.
Scatty.
Then she started screaming because it was burning.
Good.
Then Drake ran in the room and said, "What's wrong?" And she said, "I
Oh,
put
I
the
like it
the
there.
thing in my
She actually said
inside
that?
of me." Yeah, basically. And he said, "Oh, I put hot sauce in a condom to kill the sperm." And she was screaming, and then she was like, "Oh, well,
gonna
I'm
sue him,
just gonna try and
basically.
sue him."
She's
It's-
an I swear, but she's an idiot.
I don't think the story's not real. I don't think the story's real.
You don't think it's real?
No. Because if you
I
read
don't
the,
think
if you
so.
read the story, you
don't think it's real?
It says if
Yeah.
you read all the story, if you actually read the whole story from it, it says they both eventually met up at a party later and went back to the rapper's hotel to smoke some weed. How do they know these? How do they know they burned it down?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
what? Like how do you know that
And
all
he-
the final
apparently he
details?
asked to have sex.
and then he asked to have like.
So he's saying we've all been duped.
I think it's just a
They
joke.
told us
it's
don't
just
look
a.
up.
It's just one of them
think
things
so?
where with rap. I
said
think
it.
with rappers like that as well.
upset when I read it as well.
But
And Drake said that in a song. He said it in I can't remember what song he said, but talking about how he has to empty the condom and things like that after he's met up with whoever else,
That's
to make
right.
sure that that's
Yeah.
not.
You see, you got to fill it up with water.
Take it,
Yeah,
yeah,
you
put
have
it down
to-
the
you
drain.
have to-
all the
yeah,
time, fam.
flush it down. I think he said flush it down the toilet. or
But I'll take
something,
it with me.
swear.
Wrap it in tissue, put it in my pocket. Swear down, I used to do that. Promise you. What?
No, Clearly not. Man's on the 466 smelling like sperm, bro.
Oh my days.
Bro, I swear to
On
God,
a hot summer's day, fam.
I used to wrap it in tissue, bro.
Why does it smell
Swear.
like
Wrap
gloves
it in
in
tissue,
here?
put it in my pocket.
Smells like hospital gloves.
When I got to like down the road, throw it in the bin, bro. I didn't trust these broads.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I hear you,
I
fam.
didn't trust these.
I was different when I was younger still.
Or you could like put
I was
just
different,
put
fam.
water in it, and then you can just empty the water into
Even
the
still, they could probably dip their finger in it, swipe it.
Sometimes you can just pull out and just wipe. Sometimes you just pull out.
Pull out and wipe.
Just pull out and wipe. No, them ones. Get the wet wipes.
Yeah, no word.
days,
wet
fam.
wipes.
But yeah, I feel like take away from the fact that whether the story's real or not.
But
there
that's
are
happened,
girls
though.
out
But
there.
it's-
Yeah,
they're-
there are
yeah,
girls out there
that's
that have
peak,
tried to do
Not
do stuff like
tried.
that. Or
One
one girl did it, and then the guy had to now pay child support.
Fam.
Can you imagine?
Fam.
That
Can you
was
imagine?
wild.
No,
I think I'd have to. It would be on site for the judge, fam. It'd be on site for the
she's
judge.
gonna have a bounty on her head because
Yeah. It's wild, fam.
she ain't got to work
Do you think
another
that's
day in her life.
Do you think that's? I don't want to get deep into it, but is that classed as rape? You reckon?
I wouldn't
What?
say. I don't know if it's classed.
I wouldn't class
As a
it
ta-
because there's no
but it's
penetration.
classed as-
There's no
it's
penetration, but
classed
you're taking
as,
something
like-
from me that I didn't give to you.
Oh, that's an interesting.
Theft.
Yes. Third party.
It's probably robbery anyway.
No, that is probably.
You use force.
Yeah,
It's the difference between robbery and
yeah.
theft.
What would you call that, fam? Because
Breaking
that's
an entry.
my yeah.
Oh my
I don't know, man.
Yeah, no, that
but
is.
there's girls that do that. There's some.
Yeah.
I'm
there's
sorry,
some girls
yeah.
that do that. Sorry.
That's so.
I'm sorry,
scatty,
girls that do that. If
Scatty.
you've been a girl and you've had that thought to, please, sort
No,
your life out.
Because the
I
thing
could
is,
forgive
like,
a girl for
I think-
having that thought.
Huh?
I could forgive a
What,
girl
to empty a contents of condom inside their vagina.
No, having a I'm talking about a split thought, like because. Come on,
Alright,
you're
let's-
telling me
alright,
that you've
let's
never
flip
had a
it.
mad
Let's
thought
flip it.
sometimes.
I'm
like-
sorry, that's a bit mad to me.
It is
still.
mad. It is mad. But let's flip the scenario quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to be devil's advocate. Yeah,
As
it's
we
kind of similar. But imagine you're touching. I don't know, Georgia Smith. Yeah, or you're touching someone who's like who's Rihanna. Something like that. You're telling me, yeah. if you know you're gonna be set up for life, you might not just.
Nah. Do you know
So
what?
this is why I said I can forgive someone for
but
having that
forgive them,
thought
Guys,
because
be careful.
flip.
Do you know why? Because what if she says she wants to use protection? Then what?
No, but that's a conversation then beforehand.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's why I said that I can
That's the
forgive
issue,
someone
of
for
course,
having
that's
that thought.
Aaron, that's
because
not-
the
No, I
flip
know,
reverse.
I know.
Boy.
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, of course,
I
fam, of
don't
course.
agree with it.
Of course. But there are people that have just been in it, and you think, you know what? Huh?
Yeah, but then they had to put her through that whole process. That's a medical
But if she
procedure.
didn't want to do it, if she didn't want to, it's her body.
Sorry, hold on.
You're saying if you was to flip the scenario,
Yeah, and
that
I was
happened
to-
and you just know,
yeah, and then
if she was to fall pregnant, if she felt that she didn't want to have
Yeah.
a child, it's now predominantly her decision, no?
it is. But then to put her in that position, knowingly I've done that, knowing that she probably doesn't want a child anyway, it's like
that's wrong.
That's wrong. It's what
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying. It's
peak,
wrong.
man.
That's like
Exactly.
to put her in
Wild.
that. To have to make her have that ultimatum, basically, is.
Guys, don't do it.
Just don't
You see
do it,
memes
man.
about it all the
Don't-
time
and
where
don't
they
get
say,
me wrong,
don't-
there's-
don't come
I
at
think
me.
most guys have had that situation of where they thought they did, and they've had a scare. But then you've taken a bit of accountability with it because you said that like the situation happened, blah blah, and you've done things you weren't using protection or whatever, and you've done things in a particular type of way, and then you can kind of accept that, you know what, I've got a part to play. But imagine you use condom and everything, you think you're safe, you think you're out, it's in the bin. It's in the bin, it's in the
You've
tissue.
done everything
Scurrying
on
through it like
your
one-
side
like
to
one
make sure that
gerbil,
You think to yourself,
Sure.
Do you know what?
And then she get lines pregnant.
You see what you said about memes, yeah?
Yeah.
I saw something on TikTok the other day. So stupid.
Yeah.
Some girl was like, "Oh, if I tell you to come in me, like whilst we're having sex, if I tell you to come in me, it means don't come in me."
what?
Yeah, but
Like-
yeah. That's
Like,
What do they
I
want?
was sitting there, I was thinking to myself,
What do they want?
Do you know
This
what?
is
That's
why-
a good question.
this is why you lot are so fucked because
Oh.
how in a
say it, fam.
moment,
Say it, fam.
no, how in a moment you telling man, "Oh yeah, come in
We
me,
don't
come in
filter
me,
this year.
come in me," but then these times you don't really want man to come in you, but you're saying during the moment. But then what happens if you fall pregnant?
And
What
then they
happens
say men are dumb.
and then you're there with a baby having to go and get abortion because you told man to come in you, but he didn't want him to come in you. What?
Again, flip reverse.
It's crazy.
Some guys will be like, "Yeah, you want my kids, yeah." You know what I mean? And when the time comes, when the going gets tough, mate. Oh,
Do you know what it is, yeah, lads? I'm not gonna lie.
It's a wild game,
We
man.
need to stop the gender wars.
It's
in
actually
We
2020.
do. We
need to stop the gender wars.
Because I don't want it to be a men against women thing. I know that
Do you know what it
sometimes
is?
our examples come off as that, but it's
Yeah,
not that.
no. It's not.
It's not
I'm
that.
just saying. I'm just saying, innit?
Nah.
Counsel me if you want
is
to
it not
counsel me. I
men
don't
against
give a
women
shit.
because there's more genders, or
Careful.
is it just
2022. We're going all out this year.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck.
But do you know what it is? Yeah, I just feel like the
Got
sooner
timestamp that
men
one.
realize we need women, the sooner women realize we need men.
you didn't hear what I said, did you?
No. What did you say? I didn't. I couldn't.
I said, is it gender wars against men and women because there's more than two genders?
Oh, see that's a whole other 5 episodes.
I'm not a part of this.
What do you mean? Why not?
I'm not part of this.
Why not?
Do you know why?
I'm not
Because
trying
I
to-
feel like my
I'm not
views
trying to have the non-binaries.
are not everyone's views,
Yeah.
and I would rather keep my views to myself. There's certain conversations I have behind closed doors.
Fair enough. Not have sexual relations with that woman.
There's
No, fair
certain
enough.
conversations you don't have in public.
No, fair enough.
Feminism.
Yeah, I should have left it, fam. I should have left it.
Yeah, you open a whole jar,
whole can of
Yeah,
worms.
Yeah, no
yeah.
time.
But yeah, you're saying about gender wars. You was just saying that we need to stop with the whole men and trash.
Sometimes it's necessary because there's certain things that you know a female will say, or not even a guy, even a male would say, and it's just like, right, that's really out of pocket, or and you gotta get onto them for it. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what I think it is?
So
yeah?
sometimes it is necessary. I think.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, there's struggles. There's certain struggles that men go through that women will never understand. And then there's certain struggles that women go through that men will never understand, and we have to accept that. We
Yeah.
have to accept
Quicker
that
we
in
do, the
order
better.
to move forward, we have to work in tandem. There are just things that women, in my opinion, are just
But
better at than men.
In my opinion, I believe that there will forever be gender wars, bro.
Of course, they conditioned us
it
from
will
when we
never
was
die.
young, bro.
Like, gender wars will
Barbie,
never die.
Ken, Action Man,
Blue, pink.
Blue,
Yeah,
Pink.
there
Do you know what I
will
mean?
always be. There will always be
There
something
doesn't have to be a
to
war.
divide us.
It doesn't have to be a war. Let
Yeah,
there be love. Love.
But yeah,
love.
but then again, like in that type of scenario, like when you've got like, you know, there are, as you said, like some trash guys and some trash women out there.
Yeah.
But like, you know, if we're all trying to just give love and whatever, who's making them take accountability for their actions?
Accountability.
Do you know,
Keyword there.
accountability, mate.
Accountability, man.
Oh.
Key
It's not even a gender thing. Just be
Do you know,
accountable.
Accountability.
do you know,
the
do you know, I
ability
honestly
to
feel
take
like,
account.
you know, honestly I feel like sometimes, I feel like nowadays, women, I feel like not all women, just a handful of women.
See what they got.
There's
See
some-
what they reduced us to.
No, but I just feel like
See what they reduced
they
us
want
to.
men to be men, but they don't want men to be men.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
They want to be men
Because
more
for
than
me,
men are men.
I'm so sorry, but how can a woman tell a man how to be a man?
They want a Ken 2.0.
And a man can't tell a woman how to be a woman.
Yeah, no, of course.
Of course, man. But I mean,
See what I'm saying?
we
Yeah,
hardly.
I'm with you. I'm with
Well,
you.
I don't want to say we hardly ever do, but we hardly ever do. Do you know what I mean?
we don't.
Yeah.
because they're
I learned from you, fam. You taught me everything I know, fam.
Bluetooth guy.
Sean's a good man, you know.
Only
He is,
where
man.
I am.
He's a good
like
man
you.
still,
He
I can't
is.
lie.
He is.
Surrounded by good guys, you know. I can't even lie, fam.
I follow him.
He's my shepherd.
You know what, idiots, man.
I'm just
You know what, idiots.
Hey, one day I want to be able to wear like a
No,
suit,
don't-
no
don't.
shirt.
Don't listen to these. Like.
Shepherd Sean.
Anyway. Are we moving on?
Yeah, we're moving
We're
on.
done here. We're done here.
Yes, shepherd. We'll move on.
sir.
I'm just asking, innit?
Yes, sir. No, sir. 3 bags full, sir.
I'm gonna start calling him Moses. I can't lie.
Oh my goodness.
Shows us.
You lot are dumb. Don't do that. You lot are silly.
You know why? 'Cause he shows us something.
Shows us.
Shows us silly, fam.
Shows us. Yeah, hey, that's
Yeah,
the new name.
silly.
Shows us.
But anyway, we've come to the end.
End of episode 4.
episode
40.
Yeah, 40.
40.
40.
What's at the end already?
Yeah, man.
Ross,
Yeah,
classy.
so, yeah,
Time
today.
runs, time
Time
flies.
flies.
We
yeah,
having fun.
Yeah, tell us if you have an inner monologue. I want to see it in the comments.
man.
I need
Words.
to see that.
If you don't,
If you don't, then boy.
then you don't, innit?
Is your inner monologue your conscience though?
Yeah, basically.
Basically,
Yeah, pretty much,
basically. And tell me, if you're in a monologue, yeah, if you do have one, what voice do you hear? Is it like, is it someone else's voice or is it your own voice?
Yeah, it's scary if you
word,
hear someone
word.
else's voice in it. Do
Yeah.
you hear someone
I
else?
hear my voice.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hear my voice, but when I speak, my voice sounds different. Like you know when I hear my voice back on
Sound like it's got
on the
hella
podcast.
reverb.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's
Reverb.
my voice.
That's normal.
I think that's
And then I
normal,
think,
yeah.
is that me? Because what I sound like in my mind, I don't sound like on the radio.
Yeah, I
You know, I think that's for everyone, to be honest.
Yeah. But if
Like, my
you're
voice is
hearing
higher than
someone
I
else,
thought it was. I thought my voice was deep.
No, but to me, your voice is deep.
imagine if you're a man and you're in a monologue's a woman, fam.
Tell us. Tell what gender
Hey,
you're in.
It's like gender wars.
Let's wrap it up.
Get out of here.
Yeah, man.
You've been with Aaron.
You've been shows. Been with shows.
Yo, Matt, we finished. Let's wrap it up.
Wrap it up,
Oh,
mate.
God.
Wrap it up.
Say your name,
That's what
fam.
Drake did. He wrapped
Say
it
your
up.
name, fam. He's Aaron.
Yeah, I've been
Shores.
without. You've been here with
Shapes.
Aaron. Shapes.
Yeah, fam.
Are you right, fam?
What?
You know,
Fam, we're finishing now. Tell us who you are.
now you know that always goes last.
know,
though,
you
like.
know,
We've said
Oh,
it
is
3
it?
times, fam.
Have you lot said it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
3 times.
I don't believe you.
All right, you've been here with Aaron,
4th time. Shapes.
Shores.
And DCB,
AKA
Charge D,
AKA
Angleman Dan.
Under the sycamore tree.
Sycamore tree. You already know.
Stop it. Calm down.
Alright, man.
Calm down.
All right, we're out.
Yeah.
So yeah, just hold on. So actually, do you know what? I'll do it.
Clap.
Bro, I beg you something, bro. Am I moving mad?
Yeah. You trying to run it now?
No.